Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And welcome back to my channel. Today on the channel, we are doing a pick a card reading for a message from your future self. So today's reading is intended to be fun and uplifting and very interesting. You might just learn something today. So if you're interested in receiving this reading, all you have to do is simply choose a card you feel the most drawn to. Number 1, number 2, or number 3. And once you have chosen, head down below to the comments or the description where the timestamps are posted so you can click on your timestamp and instantly be fast forwarded to your message. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. I post you guys multiple times a week. Pick a card readings, talks about spirituality and self-care, makeup tutorials, product reviews, and more. So make sure that you subscribe and become part of the Rainbow Fam. And I will see you for your personal reading soon. For those of you who choose number 1, I have a spread for you, messages from your future self. If you'd like to pull some cards as well to get a more personalized message, go ahead and pause this video and draw your cards and put them in a similar shape, okay? So this card right here is the energy surrounding your future self. This is the energy that has left your life. This right here are the blessings that surround you, and over here is actions that you can take right now to help align best with this future potential. So let's get started. What is the general energy that surrounds your future self 5 years from now? And we have the 9 of Cups. This is a very positive message, you guys. This message right here is all about success. Your wishes and your dreams and your goals have come to fruition. This is a card of recognition. So it's possible 5 years from now, you could be in a situation where you are receiving accolades. Perhaps there is some type of public energy around you where maybe you've received interviews, perhaps you have been have some type of reward, the promotion. There's a lot of accolades coming towards you and a lot of recognition for the work that you have done. And I see this in your career, definitely. It's possible that you're seeing spiritual rewards and reaping the spiritual benefits of the growth you've been throughout this time, but I'm really seeing this in your career especially. This is also a message about love. It's a message about like a really fulfilling romantic life, falling in love. It's possible that you are in a relationship. Perhaps some of you guys are married. It's definitely like a fresh energy of something that has recently come in and is totally just entrancing you at the moment. So with the 9 of Cups, we also see this message about wealth and material success. Like you've definitely built a very strong foundation for yourself. And I also see this energy here with the symbol of the new moon, that a new cycle has started in your life. It's a new phase. It's a phase of adventure. It's a phase of creativity. The 9 of Cups is known as the wish card. It's a message of wishes that are fulfilled. Also, I like to see each one of these little cups here representing a different aspect of your life that has been fulfilled. And so it's possible right now in your current situation, you have some goals, maybe quite a few. You know, this could represent your goal to find a stable home, perhaps find a fulfilling job, develop your talents and gifts, acquire some type of knowledge, surround yourself with good company and friends. This could be attracting a soulmate. This could be wanting to give back to society. This could be feeling fulfilled, your desire to feel fulfilled. This right here could be peace, tranquility, mastery over your thoughts and your mind and your perceptions. And so it's not to say everything is perfect, because sometimes this is like a too good to be true type of energy, but it's saying you've actually come pretty far. And in 5 years isn't too far from now, but you'd be surprised how much can change. So I see this huge quantum leap forward for you. This is just a beautiful card to get. I legitimately shuffled and this card came out. I'm like a little shook. Like, your future does look very bright and very rewarding. So let's dig a little bit deeper, okay? Get this message a little bit more specific for you. So what has left your life? Okay, so 5 years from now, there could be some energies that are surrounding you right now, or that could come to surround you in the future. What is gone? What has disappeared? What cords have been cut? That's what we're asking, and what this should answer right here. Okay, so right now you've been having to ask for a lot of support from your guides. This reminds me of somebody who is like on their knees praying, like, God or universe, angels, spirit guides, higher self, please intervene, please show me the way. Like, I wonder if you guys have ever had that moment where you felt like you had to get on your knees and pray for something, or like it's like a surrender moment to the universe of like, I need help, intervene here. And even if you're not really somebody who prays to a higher power, you have those moments where you're just like, give me a sign, universe, or even asking yourself, like, I need to pull up more inner strength. Like, if only I could have the strength to get past this or to fight this. And I think it's really fascinating. This is telling me a message that 5 years from now, you don't feel like you need to beg the universe or beg God, like, to bail you out of situations anymore. You're not feeling desperate and like you have to, beg. Like, to me, it seems like you found power and strength inside of yourself. You've learned to trust yourself more. Not to say that you don't still have a beautiful relationship with God or the universe or your higher power or your ancestors or your guides or higher self or whatever. I definitely see that for a lot of you guys. You still have that support. But I'm seeing something where you're starting to see yourself as your own guide, as your own mentor. You trust yourself. You trust the decisions that you've made. There's not as many worries and fears about the future because from experience, you've learned to trust yourself in the moment. And when you build trust with yourself in the moment, that helps you be able to trust your future self. Because if you know in this moment you're taking the good care of yourself, you know that your future self will do the same for you. So yeah, I just get this message about trust being built. Also, it's possible around this time in your life right now, you've been having to wait on a lot. Like, maybe that's the message you've been getting, be patient, wait, rest. How many of you guys ever do readings or get messages that you need to wait? You need to just pull back and kind of be passive, do nothing, and just allow the universe to bring you what you've asked for, that kind of thing. This tells me that you're not waiting anymore on your manifestations. You also might not be waiting anymore to take action. You're very much in the flow with your life, and you're able to take the action that you need to take and not sit back and wait. And that waiting period is over for you. So next, we're seeing something about your routine. If you have any habits with your routine that aren't serving you in the future, your routine is completely changed, and you've let go of those habits, you've worked on your routine, you've changed your routine, and it's actually pretty surprising what your life is like. I think that your whole routine has changed because there's been some huge change with your life and your lifestyle, your living arrangement, situation, what an average day is like for you has changed. You've created something different. So I think that's fascinating. So next, we're going to look into what blessings are surrounding you in the future, 5 years from now. So what blessings are surrounding you? This is interesting to me. What I'm seeing with this is, discrete time. I think the biggest blessing, or one of them, is that you don't feel like you have to give all of your time to things that don't serve you. So as you're working on your path and you're growing and you're evolving, It's possible that you're having to give time to things that just don't really serve you. Like for me, I remember working a job that just didn't feel in alignment with me and didn't fulfill me, but I felt like I had to do that because I was starting from the bottom and I needed to invest in my future, and like I needed to get that coin. And so, I was stuck doing something that just really wasn't me. And, some of you guys are in that situation where you're having to give time to maybe there's people, situations, and it's just like part of your path. Maybe you're working your way out of that situation and you're conscious, like, this isn't where I 100% want to be right now, but it's like a means to an end. This is a stepping stone for me, but it's really frustrating, Sometimes it's in school. You have to take a class or work with a teacher that you're just like, I don't like this. this isn't what I signed up for, but this is the requirement to get to the thing I want to study. And so it's stuff like that. It's like things where it's a stepping stone and it's frustrating. And so in the future, I see that's over. I see that you have worked to align yourself to give time to the things that fulfill you in your life and to everything that you've chosen, and you've evolved and made it past the situation where you had to give all this time to things that just weren't really in alignment with you. And so I love that. This is like, you're discreet with your time, like you're not giving so much of your energy out to things that no longer serve you or support you, and you've worked to the next level. I love that. Also a blessing, experience. You're at a point where you're feeling very confident in, like, that energy of like know thyself is so strong around you 5 years from now. You've had experiences which have really shaped the core of who you are, and I think one of the biggest blessings here is your change in perception. You have a different perception and a different outlook with how you're viewing your life, and a lot of the experiences you've had, you've been able to reframe them. You've been able to find the value in them. Something I say a lot to you guys in personal readings, especially in personal love readings, is sometimes you can't always understand what a person meant to you or what a situation meant to you until some more time goes by and you're able to look back on the situation in retrospect. Sometimes when you're in the middle of something or really wrapped up in it, it's hard to be able to get that bigger picture approach or to be able to decide what it means to you. And time is sometimes necessary to be able to figure that out. And so you've had a little bit of space and distance for some of these experiences, and you've been able to reframe them. And there's this energy of alchemy surrounding you, like taking lemons, making them into lemonade. I love that. Also, in the future, you're not so desperate. Maybe this is what you're dealing with right now, desperation and confusion. Maybe some of that 2020 energy is still haunting you. It's okay. You're not alone with that. But in the future, you're not feeling desperate. And I see desperation as an energy where you're trying to search outside of yourself for something to make you feel better. That's what desperation is. So you hear about those people sometimes that are like desperate. Like, sometimes that's a label that gets thrown on people who are really like looking for someone to attach to and love. They're like, oh gosh, that person's desperate, No one wants to be called this. This is kind of like, but we've all been there. Have we not all been there? Maybe not in relationships, but in different areas of our lives, desperate to, draw in some money, desperate to get a job, desperate to, maybe it can even be interpreted as like a thirst or a hunger for something that could be positive in your life. But desperation, I see it as like searching for something outside of yourself, feeling like this is going to make you feel complete or solve problems, when you have to align and find that balance, that structure, and that grounding inside. It's not wrong to want things. It's not wrong to desire stability or to desire abundance or to desire love or connection or relationships. But the problem is when we see that as something that is going to make everything better, be the ultimate answer, and that we can't survive without it, that we're not worthy or something. So I just see that in the future, a big blessing around you is that energy has fled you. You're feeling a lot more worthy. There's this strong energy of grounding, and it's a lot of your experiences have healed you through that. And then confusion. Maybe you're having trouble making decisions, or that's something that you've struggled with in life, and many of us have been there. once again. But in the future, a big blessing surrounding you is you're feeling like you know what decisions you want to make. So your manifestation abilities are very powerful. This card over here makes a lot of sense if this is something that you've worked through and a big blessing surrounding you, that you've let go of confusion or uncertainty. You've been able to feel confident enough to make decisions. You know what you want. That's one of the biggest things with manifestation. In order to be a powerful manifester, you have to decide what it is that you want clearly and make a very clear decision and stick to it. And so I don't see any back and forth or you changing your mind. I see you really sticking with your boundaries and knowing what it is you want. And so there's a lot of blessings surrounding you, and your manifestation abilities are very powerful. So what can you do right now to align with this beautiful future? Like, what does your future self want to tell you? Like, anything that you can get going with now, anything that they want to uplift you with, we're just going to give your future self the floor right now. So, look, we're getting the future card. So your future self is coming through. So the only real message your future self is saying, I think your future self is like, I've got this. This is going to be a natural progression. But something that can help you right now is nature. They're like, nature is going to be helpful for you. It's going to help you reflect so that you can release overthinking. If you can release overthinking, then you're creating space for yourself to use that mental energy for something more productive. So yeah, it's so true. When we're caught up in overthinking and worrying and projecting fear into the future or projecting shame into our past, it keeps us from being able to appreciate the here and now, and also from being able to construct our future. You know, we only got so much mental energy. So, you know, we're gonna do this. We're gonna overthink. We're human. I think everybody does this. But your future self wants you to work on your stress a little bit, and is saying that, you know, use nature. This approachable card is interesting. Like, I got this vision of you going out in nature and maybe being like approached by some type of animal or having some type of beautiful connection with the water, the ocean, the lake, the river, or some trees, and really starting to find comfort in that. And maybe finding like a special sacred spot. Maybe there's one tree at the park you can go lay your blanket down underneath and spend time journaling or just having fun and having a picnic or something. Maybe you can get into swimming and taking a bunch of dips in the lake or the ocean. I'm just seeing this message like continuous nature is going to be very helpful and healing for you, and it's going to balance you. Maybe some of the things you're overthinking are just because your body's stressed and is screaming out for that nature and that comfort. So, you know, if you're doing this reading and it's winter or something, or the conditions are really difficult, you know, do your best to get out on your balcony and take some deep breaths, or just go on a little walk. I know it can be really difficult this time of year. I myself am having difficulty getting out in nature right now because it is freezing cold in Europe. What the heck? It's so cold here. But you know, the weather's gonna get better for all of us, and we'll all be able to get out into nature. And your future self is just like, yeah, just do that, and I'll take care of everything else. So I hope that this message resonates with you. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Peace out. For those of you who choose number 2, I have a spread here that's going to help you connect with your future self 5 years from now. So you can actually pull some cards. If you want to pause this video and pull some cards and put them in this shape, like in this spread, you can follow along with me if you want to get more of a personal reading and kind of compare your messages to mine here. That would be really, really fun. So pause the video if you want to try that out. But right here, what we've got is like the general energy surrounding your future self 5 years from now. These cards are similar. This is what is left your life. This is the blessings that surround you 5 years from now. And this is what action can you take right now in your life, right now, to better align with your future self and your potential. So let's see the general energy that's surrounding you 5 years from now in the future. And we're getting the Mother of Wands. So this correlates to the Queen of Wands in the traditional tarot. So this is a sign that potentially your future self 5 years from now is very, very independent. Just absolutely glowing. In fact, I always see this as like the glow up card. You've had a glow up on all levels, spiritually, mentally, but especially physically. Like, I think you'd be surprised 5 years from now, you haven't even peaked yet. Like, you are looking absolutely gorgeous, absolutely in your element. It's possible there's been some type of physical transformation that's taken place. So this could be like healing of your body, becoming stronger. If you have any aesthetic goals, like wanting to grow out your hair or work on your skincare, it's possible that you've met some of those goals. And I see you shining. I see your self-care is strong and is on lock, and you're just looking amazing. You are on fire for life. I mean, the Queen of Wands is usually associated with like fire signs or a fire energy. And so this has to do with adventure. It's possible 5 years from now that you've been on some type of adventure that you could have never predicted. So maybe you've traveled and you've moved to some faraway place. Also, I'm getting this message that 5 years from now, your boundaries are super strong. If this is something you've been struggling with lately or you've been trying to work on, don't worry, because 5 years from now, you have this figured out. Like, no one is messing with you. No one is crossing you. No one is playing with you. Like, you mean business, and it doesn't, like, you radiate warmth and kindness and empathy still, but no longer are people taking advantage of these gifts and draining you. Your boundaries are strong, which means that you know yourself a lot better. Also, this might not apply to everyone, because everyone has different goals in this area, but some of you guys, it's possible that you might have children, multiple children, or perhaps the birth of another child. So if some of you guys have goals to become a parent, or to, have another child, then that has possibly been realized 5 years from now. So your creative energy is at an all-time high. I always see the Queen of Wands as somebody who is very powerful through their creativity, who is kind of in the limelight a little bit. Sometimes it's a bit of a Leo energy, like on the stage or in the spotlight, that kind of vibe. So your energy is absolutely beautiful. Let's see what's left your life, okay? We're going to get some more specific messages. What energy has left your life 5 years from now? Okay, so it's possible at this time that there's somebody that you really want to be reunited with. I'm sensing this is a love connection. And it could be an ex, it could be somebody that was unrequited love. It could be something that, like, there's just some type of unfinished business between you and another person. And it's been a huge loss. Now, it's hard to say which way this goes, because this is something that would need to be covered in more of a personal reading, but the message that I'm getting is that for many of you, this situation has been figured out 5 years from now. It's not something that's tugging at your heartstrings anymore. It's not something that's affecting you as much in your daily life. It has been resolved. I think for many of you guys, this is something you've let go of. It's something that you have made peace with. It's a person that you might have severed ties with or finally figured out where you stand with them and perhaps moved on. For some of you, it's you've united with this person. You've figured it out, okay? But I'm just seeing this message to be open-minded about what could happen here, because everyone's situation is unique. But basically 5 years from now, it's not burdening you anymore. And so it's this very specific message. If that resonates and you're like, I needed to hear that, let me know in the comments below. I'd be interested to find out, to hear that from you. Some of you guys are currently trying to like go public with something. And once again, there's a lot of people here for this reading. So this could be like going public with your business. It could be going public with your ideas, or maybe your faith, or maybe some of you guys are like coming out, wanting the world to know like who you are, and you want to share that. Maybe that's a journey that you're on. It could be some of you guys are trying to actually be in some type of public career or industry. And I see that 5 years from now, you aren't struggling with that anymore. Like, this has happened, like you've like let the world see who you truly are, you're shining, and you're not in that process anymore. It's happened. And I love to see that. No longer are you looking at possibilities, because it's pretty cool to be at a place in life where there's all these possibilities ahead of you, right? It's so beautiful that we always have so much potential. We have infinite, ways that, infinite paths we can take, right, at any given moment. But you're not sitting around and just looking at the possibilities and the potentials. You've chosen your path. You've made decisions. Not to say that this can't be altered, or, nothing's totally set in stone, but I just get this feeling like 5 years from now, you've let go of being in a situation where you keep going over possibilities in your head instead of actually like bringing this down into like the 3D world. Also, something else you've let go of, I guess, is something regarding self-care. What I'm actually seeing is maybe you currently are having difficulty finding the time or the ability to invest in your self-care. And of course, self-care isn't just physical, it's also emotional and mental. So I see in the future, it's you've worked on dealing with stress. You've carved out time for that. You've developed habits in that area. And I'm also seeing something like physically. Maybe you like financially are able to invest in your physical self-care a lot more than you'd think. So you're able to go to like really good doctors. If you have any health concerns, or like, you're like, coming up with that money to do my hair or get my nails done, it's just, I feel like I can only do the bare minimum. Like, that's not a struggle in the future. And I just want to share with you guys, I've been at that moment. I remember when I was like living in Los Angeles and I was having to like check the prices on my shampoo and like really pinch every penny. And it was like so frustrating. I was like, I really need like a serum and a freaking, cream for my face, and I can only choose one. Like, that was the worst. And so I don't know if you're in a situation like that right now, but I see in the future, like, it's none of this is a problem for you. It's not an issue. You've let go of the struggle. Like, self-care is like one of the number one things you invest in. You invest your time and your money, and it's so worth it, and perhaps you're able to connect with like a licensed counselor or therapist to talk about things that you've been through and to get some healing. Perhaps you are able to, get that dentist work done that you need to get done. It's just your self-care has really gone up a notch. You're taking very, very good care of yourself. And I just see you've released any fears or worries or doubts or struggles in this area of your life. Now, this is the tedious card. This is something else that has left your life. I see it's like your energy levels have been improved. Like, you've made decisions over the years that have helped improve your energy levels. And that has a lot to do with taking care of your vessel and your physical body. But it also has a lot to do with, handling and managing stress. There's been a lot of changes that you've made, and your life no longer feels so tedious and pointless. Like, you've really created a lot of meaning in your life. It's beautiful. So next we're going to look at, this is very similar, but what blessings are surrounding you in your life 5 years from now in the future. Man, they really want to get some message to you about your love life. So first of all, your life is very organized now. Maybe you're one of those people who really thrives off of organization, and currently you feel like you just are having trouble with that. And I see that you've been able to organize your life. Maybe you're somebody who doesn't thrive off organization and it's just like really out of character for you, but it seems like you've developed those skills. So either way, that's a huge blessing. Your life has become a lot more organized. I'm even seeing organization in your physical space. Perhaps you've leveled up and gotten a beautiful space that is a little bit larger and like a little bit more I see something about it being a little bit more utilitarian, like where you're able to, like, everything has a go away place, basically. I'm just getting this message. Some of you guys are struggling living in a small space right now. It's like a studio apartment or like a small area, and it might be something that you really feel blessed with right now, but you're gonna level up and you're gonna get a space that allows for more organization, you being able to organize your life, maybe separate rooms for like work and for relaxation, and keeping your bedroom separate from the entertainment space and all that. Like, I just see like, yeah, organization and structure, and I'm seeing that in a physical space. It's very fascinating. But I also think this could be talking about just organizing your life in general. Here's the apathy card. This is something that's been banished from your life. Perhaps you've been feeling very apathetic about life lately. Maybe this has been going on for a long time, and this comes from being drained. A lot of times we shut down our emotions and our ability to feel because we've just been burned so many times, and because we're just bored with our life, and because we don't feel like we have a say. It's something that happens when a lot of control has been like exerted over us by perhaps domineering parents or toxic family, by just sometimes the horrible nature of society and like the way the system works. And if you're somebody who really desires adventure and freedom, and you came here to do something a little different and take a very unique path, sometimes in order to be able to fit in to this cookie cutter life we're supposed to live or whatever, you have to turn a lot of things off. And so to me, it's like you've gone back to who you were when you were like an adolescent or a child. Like but you're much more mature now. Like, you're no longer apathetic. Your feelings are dialed up a little bit, and that makes you more fun and more pleasurable to be around. And you feel like joyful again in your life. You also probably feel some, still like intense anger and sorrow and sadness and stuff too. It's not like everything's perfect. But that's nice because you haven't felt this in so long. You haven't allowed yourself to feel this in so long. So you've integrated your emotions and feelings. And I'm talking to anybody who's here, especially who is perhaps male or has a stronger divine masculine energy. Those of you guys who feel like you've had to be strong for so long and shut that side of yourself down in order to be accepted, or in order to fit in, or in order to get things done, or in order to be in survival mode. I really see like the blessing in your future is you're not in survival mode anymore, and you're not feeling so apathetic. You're connected again with your feelings, and that allows you to feel joy and pleasure in life. Now, this over here, I get this feeling that there's some type of unhealthy relationship that you've let go of. Somebody you've been codependent with. Maybe this is an ex or someone you're currently with. I don't know. Everyone's situation is really specific, but this right here is telling me that you have cut cords with somebody that just wasn't right for you, and now you're connecting with somebody who you really had that spark with, and like a path is opened up for that. And so good energy in your love life in the future. It's a beautiful blessing. You're actually tapping into your desires. What do you want in this area? Because you're such a giver, maybe you've been in relationships before where you felt like you were just giving everything and self-sacrificing out of obligation or out of guilt, or whatever. And this is different. You're like really tapping into your desires in love, allowing your needs to be met and balancing out that energy in the future. So that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, I could go on forever. But let's go ahead and look into what actions you should take now in your life now that will help you to better create this future. So the first card, structure. We got that organization card. Makes sense that it's time to start really with the structure. And this is as simple as starting to look at what you want the big picture of your life to be like. And that takes courage. That takes courage to admit what you really want. A lot of people have given up on their true dreams or on what they really want because they think it's just way too far out there, or that they need to be realistic, or they don't have the money or the means or the time. And that's just simply not true. You can create anything in this life. You just need to have the courage, and you need to be stubborn enough to stick to it and just keep the momentum going. We talk about that a lot on the channel. So structure, come up with your master plan. You guys, to me, you seem like the dreamers and the builders, and you've built so much in other areas of your life. Surely you can create structure and build this up. So follow your intuition. Rome wasn't built in a day, but you need to create the blueprint. They're telling you need to let go of resentment. It's possible you're blaming your current situation on people that have screwed you over, and like that's why you're in this situation. Maybe you're blaming the man, or blaming the system, or blaming your parents, or blaming those friends that screwed you over, or blaming your partner or your spouse or your children or whatever. And that's part of the process. In order to become like a survivor, you must first become a victim. In order to having that victim mentality is an important part of the healing process, but it's important you don't stay there. Also, it's okay to have anger and resentment towards people who've abused you or who've been toxic, but you can't let them win. The best revenge you can get is by creating your beautiful life and giving yourself that chance still. And so if you're not careful, resentment can keep you stuck for a long time. But this is your process. Take all the time you need. Some of you guys weren't allowed to be angry or allowed to be resentful. And it's empowering for you to step into that victim mode and be like, you know what? I was hurt. I was abused. F that person or those people. It's okay to be like that. Just don't stay there. What are you going to do about it? That's the real thing. Belonging. I think this is a question. This is something you need to figure out. Where do you belong? If you don't feel like you belong anywhere, you need to get to work on creating a space where you feel like you belong. Creating sacred space. The sympathetic card. I think this is telling you be careful who you give your sympathy to. I just get this message, you're an amazing empath, but people could and will take advantage of that light. And if you're not careful, you'll be spending all your time trying to put out fires around you, trying to keep the people around you happy without asking yourself, what makes me feel happy? And so this is telling you protecting your light. That's what this is all about. Boundaries. It's possible there's a lot of relationships or people around you need to reevaluate. And so that's a process you'll be going through. So you can surround yourself with people who you feel are more in alignment with you. And you'll find out the people that are your true friends, the people that need to go. Trust your heart with that. Ask yourself, does this vibe with me? And this is also potential. Your future self is telling you just straight up, you have so much potential. Work in those areas that you have potential. It isn't just done at this point in your life. Maybe you're on some type of career path that's good for you and you get to use your talents, but there's still more you could do. There's still potential that you have. It's never too late to explore your potential or to get on a new path or to try something new. So don't forget, there could be some gifts and talents that have lied dormant for a while that still want to be explored. But most importantly, structure. So I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you again for coming to my channel. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Peace out. For those of you guys who choose number 3, I have a spread here to help you connect with your future self 5 years from now. And if you want to pause this video and pull your own cards and put them into this shape of this spread, you can get a more personalized message by pulling your own cards and following along with me. So what we have here is, what is the general energy that is surrounding your future self 5 years from now? This is what energy has left your life at this point 5 years from now. This is the blessings that surround you in the future. And over here is action that you can take right now to better align with this future. So let's get into it. So what energy is surrounding you 5 years from now in the future? And we're getting the Judgment card. I really love this for you. This is a sign that you are very much in alignment with your life's calling. So 5 years from now, you have reached a beautiful level of alignment. You know yourself well. You have, there's this energy like kind of karma surrounding you. Because maybe it's possible right now you're at a place in your life where you're feeling maybe taken advantage of, or like someone has gotten away with something like really horrible that they did to you, or you're looking around and you're seeing people that are kind of nasty, that seems like that they're getting all these rewards, and you're like, where's karma? Where is justice? Maybe you're looking around at the state of the world and you're seeing that. But, you know, we're entering into the age of Aquarius right now. We've just entered into it. And so this is 5 years from now in the future. And so a lot has gone down. And you're feeling like a lot more confident about life's natural ability to harmonize and balance things. You're seeing that justice has been served all around you and even in your life. I do see that you've been humbled. There's a part of you that's been humbled. You have a lot more of like a spiritual connection with life and a spiritual connection with yourself. And you might be feeling like, I've been working so hard on this path. Why am I not seeing the harvest yet? Where is my bounty? Where are my rewards? And, you know, feeling drained and almost like maybe I should just give up because I'm not seeing the progress. But 5 years from now, I see that it's possible you've stuck to your path. And the benefits and the rewards and the harvest are coming. So where you're at right now, it's possible you just really need to give it some more time. And so I think that's why you're getting the Judgment card, because this is like, don't quit 5 minutes or 5 years before the miracle. The miracle has come. And now 5 years from now, you're at a new crossroads in your life. And it's time to make a new decision. It's time, like, it's a really interesting point you're at. This is very different than the cards that I pulled for group 1 or 2. Like, you're actually at a moment of change and a moment of challenge. You have the opportunity to create something new. So you literally have just finished one cycle in your life and you can choose. And it seems like you have more options available to you in the future. So let's get more specific about that. What energy has left your life 5 years from now? So what is like left your life? What do you cut cords with? Let's see. Okay, so this is interesting to me. So right now you're at a point in your life where you're very talented and you have really strong ambition, but it's possible that you're working on growing your knowledge and your skills. So in the future, I see that you've gotten that training, you've studied, you've gotten your knowledge. And so you're able to back your raw talent and your ideas and your ambition with some solid work and effort. And so you're like really well-rounded. That makes sense why you'd be at this crossroads, because maybe you're taking your talent and the knowledge and skills you built and you're ready to like go out for something or apply for something or go somewhere. Also, maybe you're in a situation right now you feel is really difficult, like you're not able to leave it. And in the future, you've actually been able to leave the situation. So this could be a relationship that's no longer serving you. Maybe you just have this desire to like move somewhere. Maybe it's the desire to work on your talent and your ambition, maybe go to school or go study or mentor with somebody, and like you've been able to leave and go do that. And so that's what's left your life. Like, you know, the whole progression of working towards this, or sitting there and just sitting on your talents and your ambitions but no action, you've actually been able to back that up and you've made that happen. This is also intuition. Maybe you've been feeling a little disconnected from your intuition, or just trying to grow it, feeling like you're at the beginning of this journey. I see something's happened over the past 5 years. Maybe you've studied divination techniques, or your intuition has simply just gotten stronger. You've been practicing it. You've been learning to trust it more. and you are able to connect with your soul or like your higher self so much more easily 5 years from now. There's not a block there anymore. And I think that is so cool. So this is similar right here. This is what blessings are surrounding you 5 years from now in the future. So what blessings are surrounding you? I think that one of the biggest blessings surrounding you is the realization of your dreams. Maybe right now, some of these desires are still very subconscious inside of you, like subconscious longing. You've connected with your thoughts, your emotions, with your soul, and with your desires over the past 5 years. And so 5 years from now, you're in a place where you have brought this to the light. You've brought what's going down underneath to the light. This is also healing. Maybe there's some huge healing that's taken place subconsciously, because your subconscious mind has a lot to do with your ability to manifest and your ability to really enjoy life and be present. And so that's like kind of what meditation, therapy, counseling, that kind of stuff is all about, is to help you dig deeper and expose some of those shadow energies or the subconscious, any like subconscious beliefs that are in conflict with your true beliefs. It helps you to like flush that out and get in alignment with what you want to believe and what your truth is. And so you've been through this path of self-discovery over 5 years, and you know what you want, and that's a huge blessing because no longer are there these subconscious blockages that are holding you back. Also, your confidence has really grown. This is the capable card. You've seen what you're capable of now because there have been some big accomplishments over the 5 years. And so that's a huge blessing. And this is also breathe. A huge blessing surrounding you as you feel like you can sit back and just enjoy your life, even though there's a lot of ambition that you have. I mean, we literally got the ambition card. You're not using that as something to measure yourself against. You're able to bring yourself peace in the moment for where you are in the journey. It's not the journey, it's the destination. And you're learning to enjoy that. You're not measuring your worth by your productivity anymore. You're realizing that you're worthy just because you're here. You're a lot more open to enjoy the experience of life. And in a strange way, you might be not attributing as much meaning to your accomplishments and things like that anymore. It might just be the cherry on top to the amazing peace and love you found within. And I love that ability to breathe. That's just beautiful. So over here, what action can you take? This is a message from your future self to help you align better with this potential future. So overcome. Whoa, okay, so they're telling you this needs to happen soon, which is very different because like some of the other messages from the future self for like number 1 or 2, none of them were saying you got to do this now, but you're getting something different. They're like, you need to overcome this slump that you're in. I wonder if this feels really far off from where you are right now, and that's okay. A lot can change pretty fast. These 5 years will sneak up on you, but your future self is saying if you want to align with this, then it's time to innovate. And innovation, it's coming up with creative ideas, coming up with new ideas. You know, if you always do what you've always done, you will always get what you've always got. So you're going to have to do something different to create a different future. And so your future self is saying, do something, anything, to get the energy stirred up and changed around you. It doesn't even matter exactly what you do. It's just the intention that's behind it and that you keep the momentum going. So stop overthinking, come up with an idea and implement it. And it can be something small. And that's going to help you overcome what you're going through right now, some of it at least. And then your future self is also telling you to play. Don't take everything so seriously. Play, have fun. You know, the energy that we create goes out into the universe and brings us back a similar energy. So you don't have to get all obsessed with that if you're upset one day, you're crying or not feeling well, oh no, you sent that out in the universe and you're going to get more of that. Be you. Don't be paranoid or, OCD about it. But it's important that you do put out some good energies of play. That you ask yourself, when was the last time I just played or had fun? You don't have to earn that ability to play. Maybe you're worried, if I slow down here and I have fun and I play and I enjoy, am I just never going to get back to work again? Am I just never? Trust yourself. Trust yourself that you'll know when it's time to stop and get serious again. But this could really bring you some good energies. Have you ever looked at some people and been like, wow, that person just really just has fun and just seems kind of impulsive and everything just seems to flow to them? I've seen people like that. I try to be like that personally, but I've seen people like that, and what I've come to realize is it's because they're not sitting there trying to worry, predict, and control outcomes. They're putting out good vibes. They're getting good energy back. It doesn't have to be so complicated. So this is telling you to play. Don't complicate life. This could be the key to your success, is to allow yourself to have joy, because a lot of times when we're stepping back from a situation and we're allowing ourselves to have joy, that's when the most beautiful ideas can come. That's when we rest and we reset and we restore, so that we can make things happen in life, have the energy to do what we need to do. So that's the final message that your future self is leaving you with today. So I hope that this message resonates with you. Let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious to see if this aligns with you. Thank you again so much for coming to my channel, and I will see you next time. Peace out.